Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, as you can see, we're doing a pretty creative makeup look. This is inspired by the user Linda Flore on Instagram. I will put her on screen somewhere during this video, either now in this clip or if I mention it again later on, I'll put her out on there. You'll also be able to see this makeup look with her Instagram tagged over on my Instagram when this is posted. And yeah, if you want to see how I created this cool creative full face makeup look, then keep watching. So today we're having to use the microphone like this because I figured in the last few videos the noise goes a little bit rattly with the microphone rubbing on my clothes. So if you see me holding the microphone, which you will, it's because I need it to talk. So I'm gonna have to pick it up every time I'm talking. It's already annoying me. I'm just gonna attach it to me. So I really hope that you don't hear rustling. Anyway, so to start off this video, I'm just taking my choice of paints today are water-based face paints. As always, you've probably seen me use these 100 times. So we've got this little selection of whites, blues and black. I'll be honest, I was going to use my painted Create paints or anything like that, but they are just so difficult to get off, which is great if you want a long-lasting look or if you need it to last under any sort of conditions of wearability. But with the painted Create paints, you can't just remove them with normal makeup remover. I find that I have to remove them with rubbing alcohol, which isn't recommended on your face, but as a professional makeup artist, we do use rubbing alcohol on faces when blending prosthetics and removing them as well. So it doesn't do anything to your skin, it just dries out a little. And it's not the nicest of things to rub all over your face. And since I'm doing a full face makeup look, I really can't be bothered. To start off this makeup look, this is inspired by a girl from Instagram. I've used one of her makeup looks before for inspiration. I'll just put her username on here and it'll be over on my Instagram. She'll be tagged anyway. So yeah, we're just using her as inspiration. And to start out, I'm going to sketch out using my Kryolan body paint pencil, and this is just like a cream colour pencil. So we're just going to sketch out where the look's going to start. This section of the video is going to be very pieced together because I'm going to have to keep going off recording to see the original photo because it is a little confusing and I don't have a photographic memory of that. Anyway, I've just sharpened my pencil again, and now I'm just going to start out by sketching from the inside of my face out, and then we'll explain what's going on once we've got the base down. So this is all we've got so far. I'm actually just going to go off camera and do this because it's just so much easier, and this isn't exactly the fun part anyway. So I do apologise if you were hoping to follow along for this or see this part, but you'll see the result at the end. You've seen me draw this little bit. I've literally just sketched it on and I'm copying from a photo. So I've just gone off camera and done the sketching. Like I said, this was hard to do, even following the photo. So this is probably the hardest step. I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep looking back. I wish I had my iPad up here so that I could just follow on that. But I'll figure it out. And yeah, now we've got to mix up some shades of blue and we can actually get started with the actual makeup look. So I've just mixed up the first shade of blue and it's just this very light blue, and then we've got our next two colours, and then we need to mix up a darker blue. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fifth shade is black. So I'm just going to start out by taking this shade and I'm going to start by applying it to the centre areas that we've sketched out, but I'm going to have to keep going back to reference, but I know the first bit that we need to paint, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And this is all from image reference, and we just want some nice thick colours, and I'm hoping that this turns out the way that I want it to. because it's a really cool look. And I haven't really had the time to do any big looks recently. You can probably tell that I've been sticking to more eyeshadow, smaller looks, just for lack of time, but we've got time today. And I really just wanted to like get a paintbrush out and paint my face rather than be focusing on any small details. Obviously, still have to focus on small details with this, but we're basically just painting a picture. Kind of had a bit of a weird experience with TikTok this morning. My most simple electric blue eyeliner makeup made it onto like some weird side of TikTok. And there was all, I don't know what language they were speaking, but there was a load of boys or men commenting weird things in a different language. But at the same time, there were other accounts that were in the same language as theirs, commenting things like clown emoji, or have we joined the circus? Like, it was the most simple makeup I've ever posted on that account, probably. Well, actually, no, but one of. It was a bit of colour, like, geez. I don't know how we got there, but they were like commenting on my appearance and I was ugly and like that I looked like a clown with a bit of blue eyeliner on, like weird stuff. I believe this bit is light blue. So I just finished off those little light blue parts. Now the next colour we're using is just the original blue colour from the pan. It's just a little bit darker than this one. And I just thought there's no point in mixing up every single shade of blue when we've already got it here. So, and if I'm correct, we're just literally going along onto the next section, and it is a little bit confusing, but I sort of have it in my head. So and then if you can tell, I'm using a bit of a smaller brush than the first round we went into. I almost just used that brush because I mixed the colour with it. I'm just using a smaller brush to get more of a precise line around the edge of the previous colour. And this is quite easy because we're using a water-based paint, so nothing's smudging together, and we do get a nice crisp line. I also probably should have glued my brows down, but I didn't think about it, and we're not doing that now, so. Now I'm just going in with that big brush again to fill the rest of the section on the half that we've already completed, because we have to go all the way up to this next line, I believe. If we do it wrong, then see. And then on the eye, there are some little etches of where other colours are going to go, so we're just going to go around them. And also I did forget to put light blue here, so we'll remix that colour towards the end and fill that in. And we're just on the other side of the face, doing the same thing. And we're almost finished with this colour now. Just following the outline still. Now we're moving on to the next colour, and the next colour is this dark blue, and then after this we have to mix up a darker blue than that to fit between this blue and the black. So I'm gonna start by doing this bit. And this is quite hard because we've got quite a few folds in this eye bit, but just trying to keep it closed for a second, and then moving on to the next section around. And I'll probably just like time lapse this next bit. So this is starting to look really cool now. This is the next colour of blue done. Now we need to mix up a darker blue, so I'm going to go do that, and then we'll move on to the next layer, and then we've only got one layer after that, and then we've got a few little white imprints to be doing, and I just need to remix up this colour to fix this little imperfection here and to fill in the part that we originally forgot. So now I've just mixed up this dark blue black colour, and this is basically just going to be the start of our shadows. So I'm going to go in and do the same thing as always, and it's probably going to be half a silent video. I've got my big brush currently because that's what we mixed with again, so I want to focus on these bigger areas around the side of my face. And I'm going to try to keep the line towards my hairline pretty straight because I don't want to be washing it out of my hair. So I just went in, and I'm not sure if I recorded this, I can't actually remember. I went in and added in the dark blue on my eyebrow here. I think I did record it actually. You'll have literally just seen it, I don't know why I've forgotten, but then I did a little cut crease here. Finished that section of the darkest blue we're using, and then the reason I forgot is because I went off camera and I just retouched up all of these light blue patches, and we were getting a bit of skin coming through, so I just added that. And now we're on our last main step, which is to add the black down this side of the face. This is the only part that has any black, And it's like so that the light's on this side of the face, the dark's on this side of the face, and it really gives it that effect. And that is the whole base look done. Now I believe I want to add some little white highlights. I'm going to check on the reference photo as well. And then we just want to put a bit of a black in the waterline. So by the looks of it for the white, she literally just puts a little bit on her lip. So I'm taking the tiny brush that I used. And then this is the Aquacolor Kryolan white body paint. But this is like liquid form, so you don't have to put any water on it. And this is a nice opaque white. And I'm literally going to draw like a little highlight. It's easier for you to see than me to describe. And I think I'm just going to add a little bit up there because she does kind of have a bit of a lighter bit up here. And now for my waterline, just to tighten a bit because we've got quite a bit of skin colour there, I'm just taking my Revolution pencil liner. It doesn't even have any words left on it, it's not even that old. And I'm just going to quietly go in on the underneath of my waterline. Like so. And this just kind of ties the look together. And there we have it. That is today's finished makeup. I'm going to go off camera now, record a few clips for you with a background, and I will see you back for the outro. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was quite a therapeutic video today of lots of line drawing. I'm really happy with how this turned out for such a simple makeup look. It's complex, but it also looks very effective. You can see by the state of my hands, they were worse than this, but I'm probably going to be stained blue for the next week, which is great. I'm going to see Lilo and Stitch in the cinema tonight, so I'll fit right in. And yeah, I really love how this makeup turned out. I enjoyed doing a nice creative one for you guys. And hopefully I'll be able to fit them in more regularly too. And yeah, just thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you feel like it. Please be kind. We don't need any trolls like over on TikTok, which was just a bit weird, really. It was only like 7 comments, but really weird where they all came from. But if you thought I was a clown in that makeup, what am I now? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Spread the love, and I will see you guys back here next week for another one. Bye.